right there. I'm controlling the grip.
Pulling my entire shoulder, my whole shoulder is tense.
Sure. Support hand is your right. As high as you can without pushing your other hand off.
So, crush grip, that's not good.
Okay.
Here's the nutcracker. Nothing in the fingers, right? Just push pull.
Okay. Righties, that's your left hand, and for lefties, that's your right hand. All right, give me about 5-6 shots on your own go. Right, just pulling the whole body, all right, as opposed to nice and relaxed shoulders. It doesn't affect me at all. It will travel nicely. So tension in your body causes stop points and causes your recoil to do things that you don't want. We do several things. First of all, we're going to figure out, okay, where do we need to place our finger? How much weight do you need for your trigger? And then what do I need to do to keep everything else relaxed? Typically, the first issue I find is that if you put people that put more towards the tip, people think they're pulling straight like this because ultimately the goal of trigger control is I want to pull the trigger straight and not move the muzzle. But the problem is people think they're pulling straight with the tip, they're really doing this. They're pressing into it like this. Likely, based on that pattern, either your fingers are causing your muzzle to do this, that, or you're healing it like this. Now that I told you those two, is it one of those two? You think, or your wrist giving way? Let's give it another shot. Instead of horizontal, this is far better because this is a lot easier.
I saw it hitting better, I think.
So yeah, you're likely, like I said, your wrist can pass all this motion, dimensions of motion. You saw it in your sight.
Yeah, I did.
That's good.
So this is Mr. Andy Dang. I call him Andy Dang because he is freaking awesome. How do you balance safety learning and in a fun session like this? How do you balance that, you think?
Yeah, so we have an agreement to just everyone stay on the line. Even in my classes where I have movement involved, we all agree to stay on the line so we never flag each other. I never want my gun to go beyond a certain point. So when I unload, I want to make sure my gun's pointed that way. We all show clear, making sure our magazines are out, and then we unrack the gun, making sure we're clear, press the hammer down to truly verify, and then we holster. That's standard in competition, as you know.
Mm-hmm. You'd recommend maybe somebody, a beginner, maybe coming out on something like this and getting some one-on-one training from maybe somebody like you, or maybe a range safety officer, or, you know, what do you think?
Yeah, 100%. It's one of those things that it's not necessarily intuitive. As you have seen, there's a lot of things that are very counterintuitive. So by going to a class, just like getting the right things from the get-go, you never develop bad habits, and you have the proper understanding about how to use your firearm and how to shoot fast and accurately right from the get-go.
That's awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah. So what do you think so far?
Man, this is just the coolest thing ever. I've learned a bunch, and there's some really good products on the table.
Okay, cool. Do you have any of the Olight products that are on the table?
I'm running the PLX.
All right.
Yes,
You can't go wrong with the PLX.
Absolutely.
So how do you feel about today's guided shooting 101 fundamentals?
Oh man, it was really great. I learned a lot as far as my grip goes and a lot of the trigger pull. So yeah, man, Andy was great today.
So awesome. You've been having a good time at your
Man,
first
a
Olight
great
range
time.
day?
Awesome time.
Man,
Yes,
this has been
sir.
great.
1, 2, 3.
Olight!